I am wealthy, poor, healthy, sick, free, confined, where first of all impressions of conditions felt before they become visible expressions. Your world is your consciousness objectified. Waste no time trying to change the outside. Change the within or the impression, and the without or expression will take care of itself. When the truth of this statement dawns upon you, you will know that you have found the lost word or the key to every door. I am, your consciousness, is the magical lost word which was made flesh in the likeness of that which you are, conscious being. For life makes no mistakes and always gives men that which man first gives himself. If a man looks upon any other man and estimates that man as less than himself, then he is stealing from the other. He is stealing the other's birthright, that of equality. Nothing comes from the without. All things come from within, from the subconscious. Man moves in a world that is nothing more or less than his consciousness objectified. Man fails to do the works of Jesus Christ because he attempts to accomplish them from his present level of consciousness. You will never transcend your present accomplishments through sacrifice and struggle. Your present level of consciousness will only be transcendent as you drop the present state and rise to a higher level. You rise to a higher level of consciousness by taking your attention away from your present limitations and placing it upon that which you desire to be. Not attempt this in day, dreaming or wishful thinking, but in a positive manner. Calm yourself to be the thing desired. I am that. No sacrifice, no diet, no human tricks. All that is asked of you is to accept your desire. If you dare, claim it. You will express it. If you judge after appearances, you will continue to be enslaved by the evidence of your senses. I will be is a confession that I am not. The Father's will is always I am. Until you realize that you are the Father, there is only one I am, and your infinite self is that I am. Your will is always I will be. Consciousness is the one and only reality, not figuratively, but actually. This reality may, for the sake of clarity, be likened onto a stream, which is divided in two parts, the conscious and the subconscious. In order to intelligently operate the law of consciousness, it is necessary to understand the relationship between the consciousness and the subconscious. The conscious is personal and selective. The subconscious is impersonal and non-selective. The conscious is the realm of effect. The subconscious is the realm of cause. These two aspects are the male and female divisions of consciousness. The conscious is male, the subconscious is female. The conscious generates ideas and impresses these ideas into the subconscious. The subconscious receives ideas and gives form and expression to them. By this law, first conceived an idea and then impressing the idea conceived on the subconscious. All things evolve out of consciousness. Imagination and faith are the secrets of creation. With your desire defined, quietly go within and shut the door behind you. Lose yourself in your desire. Feel yourself to be one with it. Remain in this fixation until you have absorbed the life and the name by claiming and feeling yourself to be and to have that which you desire. When you emerge from the hour of prayer, you must do so consciously of being and possessing that which you herefore desired. Only as one is willing to give up his present limitations and identity can he become that which he desires to be. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think freely of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. Let the dead bury the dead. Turn from appearances and assume the feeling that would be yours were you already the one you wish to be. All conceptions are limitations of the conceiver. Here is the formula for successful fishing. First, decide what it is that you want to express or possess. This is essential. You must definitely know what you want of life before you can fish for it. After your decision is made, turn from the world of sense, remove your attention from the problem, and place it on just being by repeating quietly but with feeling, I am. As your attention is removed from the world round about you and placed upon the I am, so that you are lost in the feeling of simply being, you will find yourself slipping the anchor and tied you to the shallows of your problem, and effortlessly you will find yourself moving onto the deep. To reach a higher level of being, you must assume a higher concept of yourself. You are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe it is the only reason you do not see it. To desire a state is to have it. All you can possibly need or desire is already yours. You need no helper to give it to you. It is yours now. Call your desires into being by imagining and feeling your wish fulfilled. As the end is accepted, you become totally indifferent as to possible failure. For acceptance of the end wills the means to that end. When you emerge from the moment of prayer, it is as though you were shown the happy and successful end of a play, although you were not shown how that end was achieved. However, having witnessed the end, regardless of any anticlimactic sequence, you remain calm and secure in the knowledge that the end has been perfectly defined. To be conscious of being poor while praying for riches is to be rewarded with that which you are conscious of being, namely poverty. Prayers to be successful must be claimed and appropriated. Assume the positive consciousness of the thing desired. Because of your belief in external things, you think power into them and transferring the power that you are to the external thing. Realize you Yourself are the power you have mistakenly given to outer conditions. Doubt is the only force capable of disturbing the seed of impression. To avoid a miscarriage of so wonderful a child, walk in secrecy through the necessary interval of time that it will take the impression to become an expression. Tell no man of your spiritual romance. Lock your secret within you in joy, confident and happy that someday you will bear the son of your lover by expressing and possessing the nature of your impression. Then will you know the mystery of God's said, "Let us make men in our image." Sensation precedes manifestation and is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. Be careful of your moods and feelings, for there is an unbroken connection between your feelings and your visible world. Your body is an emotional filter and bears the unmistakable marks of you prevalent emotions. Emotional disturbances, especially suppressed emotions, are the cause of all disease. To feel intensely about a wrong without voicing or expressing that feeling is the beginning of disease. Disease in both body and environment. Do not entertain the feeling of regret or failure, for frustration or detachment from your objective results in disease. I am, your true self, is not interest in men's opinion. All its interest lies in your conviction of yourself. What do you say of the I am within you? Can you answer and say, I am Christ? Your answer or degree of understanding will determine the place you will occupy in life. Do you say or believe yourself to be a man of a certain family, race, nation? Do you honestly believe this is yourself? Then life, your true self, will cause the conceptions to appear in your world, and you will live with them as though they are real. Love is not love if there is no beloved. To attempt to change circumstances before I change my own imaginal activity is to struggle against the very nature of my own being, for my own imaginal activity is animating my world. It is imagination which makes one a leader, while the lack of it makes one a follower. Claim it, it will respond. Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. To be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. But your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas, for you think from your ideas. All transformation begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. The first step is the renewing of the mind, is your desire. You must want to be different before you can begin to change yourself. Then you must make your future dream a present fact. You do this by assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, by desiring to be other than what you are. You can create an idea. There is nothing wrong with our desire to transcend or present state. There would be no progress in this world were it not for man's dissatisfaction with himself. It is natural for us to seek a more beautiful personal life. It is right that we wish for greater understanding, greater health, and greater security. Ideas are impressed on the subconscious through the medium of feeling. No idea can be impressed on the subconscious until it's felt but once felt. Be it good, bad, or indifferent, it must be expressed. Feeling is the one and only medium through which idea is conveyed to the subconscious. Therefore, the man who does not control his feeling may easily impress the subconscious with undesirable states. By control of the feeling is not meant to restrain or suppression of your feeling, but rather the discipline of self to imagine and entertain only such feeling as contributes to your happiness. Control of your feeling is all important to a full and happy life. Signs follow, they do not precede. Your consciousness is the only living reality, the eternal head of creation. That which you are conscious of being is the temporal body that you wear. To turn your attention from that which you are of being is to decapitate that body. But just as a chicken or a snake continues to jump and throw for a while after its head has been removed, likewise qualities and conditions appear to live for a while after your attention has been taken from them. Feeling a state produces that state. Without the aid of any man, he will define himself as that which he desires to express. He will discover that his I am is the virgin conceiving without the aid of a man, that all conceptions of himself, when felt and fixed in consciousness, will be embodied easily as living realities in this world. All that meditation amounts to is a controlled imagination and a well-sustained attention. Simply hold the attention on a certain idea until it fills the mind and crowds all other ideas out of consciousness. The power of attention shows itself through the sure guarantee of an inner force. Let not your heart be troubled. Yea, believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. What that where I am, there ye may be also. John 14, 1 to 3. Leave all the wise men to mock it or tolerate. Let them reach the moon or the stars. They are all dead. Nothing lives outside of man. Man is the living soul, turning slowly into a life-giving spirit. But you cannot tell it except in a parable or a metaphor to excite the mind of a man to get him to go out and prove it. Leave the good and evil and eat of the tree of life. Nothing in the world is untrue if you want it to be true. You are the truth of everything that you perceive. I am the truth and the way and the life revealed. If I have physically nothing in my pocket, then in imagination I have much. But that is a lie based on fact. But truth is based on the intensity of my imagination, and then I will create it in my world. Should I accept facts and use them as to what I should imagine? No. It is told us in the story of the fig tree. It did not bear for 3 years. One said, cut it down and throw it away. But the keeper of the vineyard pleaded, no. Who is the tree? I am the tree. You are the tree. We bear or we do not. But the keeper said he would dig around the tree and feed it or mature it, as we would say today, and see if it will not bear. Well, I do that here every week and try to get the tree, you, me, to bear. You should bear whatever you desire. If you want to be happily married, you should be. The world is only response. If you want money, get it. Everything is a dream anyway. When you awake and know what you are creating and that you are creating, that is a different thing. The greatest book is the Bible, but it has been taken from moral basis and it is all weeping and tears. It seems almost ruthless as given to us in the gospel, if taken literally. The New Testament interprets the Old Testament, and it has nothing to do with morals. You change your mind and stay in that changed state until it unfolds. Man thinks he has to work himself out of something, but it is God asleep in you as a living soul, and then we are reborn as a life-giving spirit. We do it here in this little classroom called Earth or beyond the grave, for you cannot die. You can be just as asleep beyond the grave. I meet them constantly, and they are just like this. Same loves and same hates, no change. They will go through it until they finally awake, until they see to react and begin to act. Do not take this story lightly, which I have told you tonight. Take it to the heart. Tonight, when you are driving home, enact a scene, no matter what it is. Forget good and evil. Enact a scene that implies you have what you desire, and to the degree that you are faithful to that state. It will unfold in your world, and no power can stop it. For there is no other power. Nothing is independent of your perception of it. And this goes for that great philosopher among us who is still claiming that everything is independent of the perceiver, but that the perceiver has certain powers. It is not so. Nothing is independent of the perceiver. Everything is burned up when I cease to behold it. It may exist for another, but not for me. Let us make our dream a noble one, for the world is the infinite response to you, the being you want to be. Now let us go into the silence. This is from Neville Goddard, The Law, and other essays on manifestation. I hope you guys enjoy this, and we will bring you more from the seekings where we have not looked yet.